Is this the one?
Yeah. I'll just break it down and ask a simple question.
Ready?
Yeah. Audio would be helpful. You'll probably need a Can you make it a little bigger also?
Yeah.
Instagram's so fucking whack. Their audio player, it's fucking dog shit. Or their video player, my bad.
Women are better than men at
Everything.
Lower the
Everything. Guys are super.
Now, I'm not going to respond to this all crazy, but what we are going to do is create a scenario. Let's say that everything that a male human has ever discovered, built, constructed, thought of, innovated, renovated, created, gone, obliterated, instantaneously, everywhere on the face of the planet. Technological advancements, transportation, the power grid, infrastructure, STEM, medicine, all of it. Gone, eradicated. Not to mention law and order and protection. I'm talking dog breeds, Newton's laws of motion and energy, hell, the Pythagorean theorem. Gone. Even the animals, including the predators that Ben drove to extinction, reintroduced. And now women have to reconstruct society from the ground up without the aid of a man or anything that a man invented. That includes instructions as well. And women have to accomplish this either pregnant or menstruating. Men are incapable of doing anything to help. Now, what becomes of society and humanity within just 1 year?
Okay. Also, we had a chat here that came in from Theo Tokos. Thank you, man. Lumber workers have 10x higher death rates than mothers. Everything is a lie. Q, did you want to add anything to the video or?
No, it was all laid out right there.
Okay.
So this is a thought experiment, and it's an excellent thought experiment. And so that I've made similar thought experiments as well, and so have thousands of other people who's just kind of saying, if you had a wand and all the men were gone tomorrow for whatever reason, how could society maintain itself absent men? And when you really start to break down the thought experiment, you start to dive into all the jobs that they do, everything that they're into, the distinctions in just skill-based, not to mention the physiological differences, like the fact that women really can't do a lot of the men's jobs. That's one of the big things that is a big lie, too. Women really can't. They're not even physiologically equipped to be outside for long periods of time doing things like roofing, asphalt laying. Their body can't even regulate temperature the same way. So what happens is society, after 1 year, to answer to your thought experiment, is completely destroyed, and 99% of the life on it is gone with it. That's what I think. Or human life. I think animal life flourishes.
Oh, yeah,
it's got plenty to eat now. It's got
That's why I say the predators that we drove to extinction reintroduced. Yep.
Farah, I thought you had thoughts on this topic.
I said you could be sexist towards men.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah.
No, but what Andrew just said.
I guess I would hesitate to put too much emphasis.
You dunked on me. You did a little clip on me, because I said, oh yeah, shit would hit the fan if all men disappeared.
He gets so mad at me because my commenters call him stupid.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. I'm just reeling you into the conversation.
Now that you've had 6 months to digest our argument, you want to bring it back up?
What?
Wasn't that 6 months ago?
How's that relevant at all?
I don't know why it's fresh on your mind.
What are you talking? We're literally talking about the topic at hand.
It just seems kind of fresh.
Yes, I'm deeply triggered by.
He's been seething for 6 months, waiting.
It's just like you have a show 3 times a week with 10 new people, and it just seemed like, I don't know, elephant's memory.
It seems like a great compliment that he remembers it even after doing shows where there's 10 people.
I'm just teasing him, but yeah, I mean, I would agree with you. I think men are generally undervalued, and I think feminists do kind of absorb and regurgitate a lot of buzzwords without understanding where those arguments actually came from in feminist literature. I would hesitate to put too much emphasis in male bronze because the labor force, is shifting towards valuing brains over bronze, and I think that's why
That's a destiny argument.
I didn't get it from him.
Yeah, but he's wrong.
I didn't
and
get it from him.
And just like you're wrong about it, it's actually not. The fact of the matter is we're not really able to replace bronze very well at all. For instance, where's all of our robotic roofers? You ever seen one?
I'm sure we'll get there soon.
Oh, wait, really? How? How do you think that you're going to get robot roofers to go to people's individual houses and patch roofs?
I don't know, we have like military robots now. I wasn't even
The
disputing
military
your
robots are
point
gonna-
that men should be valued more. I was more so just saying that, like, I think the reason men are struggling partly is because they're feeling like a sense of cultural redundancy because a lot of the labor market is focusing on brains over bronze, and women are out
Nope.
graduating
What actually
men.
happened was that women were told to go to college. College was highly overvalued, and now, as everybody can do it, the market is becoming inundated because it's tailored to the lowest common denominator. Meaning, if you lower the standards so that everybody can do it, right, the standards necessarily become lower to accommodate the most amount of people. So more and more people got a college degree. The market's completely saturated with it, but it wasn't before. So women accelerated. But you'll see that gap, it's closing. And it's closing quickly. And you see the gap in pay with trades between even STEM fields. That's closing quickly too. It's going to continue to close because we can't actually get rid of the big thing, which is the brawn. The thing women can't bring to the table, which is they can't do road work, they can't do roofing, they can't do any of the really intrinsic or hard bronze-based labor.
But don't you
that
think
is
a lot of
necessary.
those jobs have diminished over time because
Nope.
now things are getting built and they're like architecture is sustaining for a long time? So I feel like those jobs are becoming smaller.
Top 2 jobs that you would say for men that you would want immigrants to come in and do? What do you think?
Wait, I don't understand. Wait.
What do you think that male immigrants, when they come in, right, for work, you would want more of them to come in and work and expand the economy. What would you say the male immigrants usually do?
Usually do? I genuinely don't know.
What would you think? You're in California, and there's kind of something
What's
really
the general
famous. Yeah, the general stereotype of what immigrants who come in from south of the border are doing is what?
Dishwashing?
No.
Something paid under the table.
They work in farms. They literally work on farms. It's like the most famous thing in California ever is that they work. It's everywhere.
But even that number is going down. Like, it used to be 90% of Americans are farmers. And my point is, like, now it's shrinking. It's my point.
Yeah. But my point to you back is that it's an ever-expanding field, a necessary ever-expanding field because people need to eat.
Wait,
And
expanding? The
yes,
number of...
because the amount of people that are necessary to feed the amount of people necessarily grows. So it's expanding. Now, with the birth rate contraction, we might have problems with that later, and we will. But what I'm saying is that with that expansion of people comes the expansion of necessity of houses and all those other things that grow the GDP that progressives like you and Destiny would love to have happen so much, which means that, no, you're going to have to actually expand the brawn, and that's what you're going to see. His projection, totally wrong. And that projection there of eliminating the brawn or moving away from brawn, that's not true. We're moving towards it again. There was a limited market saturation. Now that's changing again.